Olive oil has been called liquid gold. It's the crown jewel of the Mediterranean diet and praised by doctors and dietitians alike. Many of us drizzle it on salads, cook with it daily, and buy it believing we're making a heart-healthy choice. But here's the dark truth. Not every bottle labeled extra virgin olive oil is what it claims to be. Investigations show that a shocking amount of olive oil sold in supermarkets is either adulterated, rancid, or mislabeled. If you think that bottle in your pantry is the real deal, you might be in for a surprise. The reason olive oil is so popular is simple. It's packed with nutrients that do more than just make food taste good. It's rich in monounsaturated fats, the heart-healthy fats that help improve cholesterol levels and reduce the risk of clogged arteries. Unlike processed seed oils, which are often high in unstable omega-6 fats, olive oil is more stable and less likely to trigger inflammation in the body. It's also loaded with polyphenols and antioxidants. These are plant compounds that act like little shields inside the body, protecting our cells from damage caused by oxidative stress, the same process that makes metal rust or fruit turn brown. Research shows these antioxidants may help lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and even protect the brain as we age. That's why olive oil is at the heart of the Mediterranean diet, one of the most studied eating patterns in the world. In countries like Greece and Italy, where olive oil is a daily staple, people tend to live longer and have lower rates of heart disease compared to countries that rely more on processed seed oils. In fact, large trials like the Remedies study have shown that diets rich in extra virgin olive oil can cut the risk of major cardiovascular events by around 30%. So, the promise of olive oil is powerful. A natural fat that not only adds flavor but also supports heart health, lowers disease risk, and may even extend life. But here's the catch. What's on the shelf isn't always what it seems. And that's where the reality gets a lot more complicated. One of the biggest issues with olive oil is fraud. In fact, olive oil has been called the most adulterated agricultural product in the world. A study from the University of California, Davis tested popular brands of imported extra virgin olive oil sold in the United States. They found that nearly 69% of samples failed to meet international standards, meaning they were not truly extra virgin. How does this happen? Cheaper oils like soybean, sunflower, or lower-grade refined olive oils are often mixed in, then bottled and sold as premium extra virgin olive oil. Sometimes artificial coloring is even added to make it look greener and fresher. So while you may be paying top dollar for health, you could actually be pouring seed oil on your salad. Even when the oil is genuine, quality is another problem. Olive oil is delicate. It breaks down when exposed to light, heat, and oxygen. By the time many supermarket bottles reach the shelf, the oil is already oxidized or even rancid. And here's the kicker. Labels can be misleading. A best-by date doesn't tell you when the olives were harvested, which is what really matters. That bottle could already be a year or two old before you ever buy it. When olive oil is old or improperly stored, it loses the very compounds that make it healthy. Instead of fighting inflammation, rancid oil can add to it. The health benefits of olive oil come from its antioxidants and polyphenols. These compounds protect blood vessels, reduce oxidative stress, and may even help lower the risk of stroke. But here's the catch. Adulterated or oxidized olive oil doesn't have those compounds. That means the oil you think is protecting your heart may not be doing you any favors. Worse, if it's mixed with cheap, inflammatory oils, it could actually harm your health instead. Part of the problem is weak regulation. In the United States, olive oil standards set by the USDA are technically voluntary. That means there's no strong enforcement to make sure every bottle labeled extra virgin truly meets the definition. A brand can slap the label on, and unless someone specifically tests it, there's little stopping them. Now, in Europe, the rules are stricter. Countries like Italy and Spain have government-backed quality controls, and many producers are held accountable if their oil doesn't measure up. But even there, fraud is still a major issue. Investigations have uncovered cases where oils were mixed, mislabeled, or shipped across borders with false paperwork. The truth is, olive oil is big business. Global demand keeps rising, and the profit margins for fraud are huge. As long as a high-quality product commands premium prices, there will always be those tempted to cut corners. International crackdowns and food fraud networks exist, but they can only do so much. For everyday shoppers, that means the burden often falls on us to know what to look for. So, how can you make sure the olive oil you're paying for is actually the real deal? Here are a few simple steps that make all the difference. First, look at the bottle. High-quality olive oil should come in a dark glass bottle. Light breaks down olive oil quickly, stripping away the very antioxidants that make it healthy. If you see it sitting in a clear plastic bottle, chances are it's already lost much of its goodness. Second, check for a harvest date. This is different from a best by date. The harvest date tells you when the olives were actually picked and pressed. Fresher is always better. Ideally, you want oil harvested within the last year. If the bottle doesn't list this, that's already a red flag. Third, know your source. Trusted producers are usually proud to share where their olives come from. California and Australia have strict quality standards, and many smaller Mediterranean producers also certify their oils. Certifications like the California Olive Oil Council, COOC seal, are a sign you're getting something authentic. Fourth, trust your taste buds. Real extra virgin olive oil should have a distinctive flavor, slightly fruity, peppery, and even a little bitter at the back of your throat. That peppery kick. It comes from the antioxidants. If your oil tastes flat, greasy, or like nothing at all, it may not be true extra virgin. Finally, remember, you get what you pay for. Producing genuine extra virgin olive oil is labor-intensive. If the price seems too good to be true, it probably is. Spending a few extra dollars can mean the difference between a bottle of healthy, antioxidant-rich oil and a bottle of bland, adulterated filler. The bottom line? A little extra attention at the store can protect your health and your wallet, and make sure that liquid gold really lives up to its name. Now, don't get discouraged. Authentic extra virgin olive oil is still one of the healthiest fats you can eat. When it's fresh and genuine, it's loaded with polyphenols that can help reduce inflammation, protect your heart, and support long-term health. The key is knowing how to spot the real thing and not getting fooled by flashy labels or bargain prices. Have you ever wondered if the olive oil you bought was the real thing? Or maybe you've noticed a difference in taste between brands? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might help someone else make a better choice. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our future videos. You can also check out our channel merch linked below. It's a great way to support the channel. And if you'd like to go a step further, you can use the super thanks button under this video. And if you want to learn more about food fraud and hidden dangers, don't miss our video, The Fish Fraud, What's Really in Your Seafood. You can find it right here. Thanks for watching and have a healthy and happy day.